Hi, this is Sam and Susan on Mystic coming to you from Bimini. We're at Brown's Resort. Well, it's actually Brown's Marina. And we'll be here until probably next Thursday when we'll head out to the Exumas. We made it in good time and safely. Let's see, Charles and Corey helped us cross the Straits of Florida, and that took us 27 and a half hours from Key West. We motored all the way. And some of you have been wondering about postings and pics and videos, and so we want to let you know that we've been pretty busy with getting things in order, the crossing, checking in, and some things we'll tell you about in a minute. And we're hoping that now that we're on island time and we're by ourselves and have a chance to relax, that we can get some more stuff.
Mystic has done pretty well considering we've required some repairs. Sam had to replace a battery and the alternator. We've had some breakage with the sail track, and so we're going to need to get some things shipped in for that.
But overall, it's been pretty good since we haven't had any test sails or anything since the major repairs and all the work I've done.
We ordered some parts also from Defender, and we were able to pick those up locally at a UPS store.
In Key West. Not here. Here we're going to have to figure it out. UPS will be delivering something shortly to us that we need.
Okay. So we started out and motored down to the Manatee River and spent the night on the hook there. It was very windy, so we ended up actually spending 2 nights there because we didn't want to get 20 to 25 knot winds.
Yes.
And then we went on to Venice and stayed at Crow's Nest Marina. And we also spent 2 nights there, which was great. We got to go out on bikes and just kind of hang out and go out to lunch.
Venice is a pretty little town. From Venice, we went down to Boca Grande, which is an inlet about 30 miles south. And it was a beautiful night. We enjoyed the evening on the hook again. And the next morning we got up and started ahead to inlet about another 30 miles down called Sanibel Island, which is supposed to be very neat. A lot of nature down there. But as we started going down, we realized that we'd gotten a late start, so we wouldn't be able to visit the island. And the weather was turning out to be very mild and perfect for a motor, because the wind was almost non-existent at this point, down all the way to Key West.
That was my first full overnight trip on the boat, and it went over pretty well, and didn't feel overly tired, so that was great.
I didn't get sick. It was
No.
good. For those of you who know, the last time we tried a full overnight, I developed a kidney infection, and we had Susan had to pull us in from 30 miles off of Monterey into Monterey. So once we got to Key West, we went over to Garrison Bight Mooring Field. That's run by the city. And from there, we were able to tie up our dinghy, get to West Marine, and buy some additional parts for the boat. We were able to then pick up some things at the UPS store, so that we now have cup holders in the cockpit and some other really cool teak on the boat.
We're learning how to bring the dinghy on and off the boat. Up on the davits, and we had the new engine, and we had a little bit of problem with starting the motor, but eventually Sam figured it out.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of firsts for us. So getting the motor using a 6-to-1 pulley system on the dinghy motor hoist was a challenge at first. We figured out a little better way now. And we didn't have a motor mount on the back of Mystic, which we do now. And then we also had to figure out how we get the dinghy in and out of the water. And I don't want to leave the dinghy in the water overnight, so we had to figure out how to get it up on the davits. So those are all new firsts for us. And we did that all at Garrison Bight. We moved to Stock Island Marina, where Charles and Corey met us. They had a car which they used to help us get our final provisioning run before we headed off for the Bahamas.
So Charles and I went shopping, and that's one of the times where we really noticed the shops were packed. The aisles for the paper goods were almost non-existent. I literally picked up the last roll of 6 toilet papers off the shelf.
Chicken was gone.
Chicken was gone. Paper towels were slim pickings.
If anybody knows why people hoard paper towels and toilet paper, let us know. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's it. Your next spot.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then of course we were at Stock Island Marina for Susan's birthday, which we celebrated at Hogfish Grill and Bar with Charles and Corey, and that was a lot of fun. It was about a mile over there, so we got an Uber, went over there, had a fantastic lunch and key lime pie, and then headed back to Mystic.
A side note on Stock Island Marina is that this is where we took the boat after Hurricane Irma 2.5 years ago, and we were in the very next slip over. So it was a little bit surreal going back, and the marina looked a lot better this time.
It did look better, and it was very much a full circle type of thing.
So we left there on Monday at about 3 p.m. for Bimini, and again, like Sam said, that took 27.5 hours. Stopping in at Cat Key for one night, and then on to Bimini, which was just a 2-hour beautiful sail up the coast.
Cat Key is just a beautiful private island, so we couldn't go ashore. But the bay we anchored in was just surreal. It was the most beautiful blue, clear water. Jumped in, dove down on the anchor, make sure it was dug in. Not that I needed to because I could see it, but it was very, very neat. Then when we got here to Bimini the next day, pulled in, and the first thing that happened is they do a health questionnaire at the marina. So they first of all checked and see if we had traveled to any of the countries that are heavily impacted: Italy, China, Iran, etc. Once we cleared that, then we were able to finish our paperwork and take it down to immigrations and then customs. And it was a half-mile walk round trip if I had not missed the building at first. I made it about a 3-mile round trip. And I think that damaged my knee, but we'll talk more about that later. The check-in was extremely easy. They stamped all the papers and the passports, and then when I told them that Corey and Charles were planning on taking the fast ferry back to Fort Lauderdale, immigration said, that ship's been canceled. So Charles and Corey had to think fast, and they got a flight out today. So some people have asked, now that we're in the Bahamas and that there's a lockdown in the Bahamas, if we can travel from island to island. Once we're in the Bahamas, we can travel. Our plans are to go from here to a place called Chub Key, stopping in the middle of the Grand Bahama Bank, and then from there down to, well, the Berry Islands is where Chub Key is at.
Okay.
And then we'll go down to the Exuma Keys, and it'll take about 3 weeks or so to get down to Georgetown. That'll be the first major metro area we'll be in. And so, from our perspective, we get to travel and complete our sailing dreams this year. And we're hoping that everybody at home is safe. I know that there's a lot of worry, but we're about in the safest place we can be, and so we want to let you know that.
We will try to be avoiding the major cities. I don't think we'll be going into Nassau, and even in Georgetown. We'll probably limit our contact, and actually they'll probably limit our contact as well. They do have curfews going on here.
That's right. They just started a curfew today.
And Sam has had swelling in his left knee. We weren't really sure what was going on with that, and then after his walk early on Tuesday, it got worse, so he was limping around pretty badly.
Yeah.
But now we've been doing a good regimen of ice, tape, bandaging,
Ibuprofen.
starting to come down.
So yeah, today's the first day I can put my weight on my knee and it doesn't feel unstable. So I'm happy about that. We were concerned that for a while I might actually have to fly back to the States and see what was going on. We do have, for those who don't know, we do have emergency medical travel insurance as well as insurance on our trip and what's called medvac. So if something serious happened, we've got $500,000 worth of insurance for them to medically evacuate us to a trauma center in the United States, as well as the companion ticket so that Susan or I could fly along if something happened. Knock on wood, nothing happened, and this knee thing seems to be going away.
And that's it for this time.
Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick update so that none of you were worrying and that you knew that we were able to travel around the Bahamas. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you. Good night.